Hello guys. So now we are going to enter the most important unit of your biopsychology, that is your neuroanatomy. Okay? Neuroanatomy. If you have not had your breakfast or your coffee, please have it because this is the most important unit. You will have to pay a lot of attention here. Okay? We'll start with the very basics. First, let's see what all we have to cover in neuroanatomy. Neuroanatomy, first we will be covering the divisions of the nervous system. Divisions of the nervous system. Okay. uh, our brain, how does it function, what are the parts? Like there is a company. Okay, all the work is not done by the head. Okay, although the company runs in his name, so the head of the body is our brain only, but it will do all the work, but then it has certain divisions. Like a company has a manager, CEO, CFO, etc. The brain also has certain divisions, so we will be seeing those divisions. Okay, in these divisions also we will be seeing parasympathetic versus sympathetic nervous system, which is your PYQ. Okay, then we will be seeing about cranial nerves. Fine. Then there are meninges that we need to discuss. We need to discuss your ventricles and CSF and blood brain barrier. Blood brain barrier. Okay, to begin with, we will be seeing only this much. This will be your part 1. So I have divided this chapter into 4-5 parts for your understanding. So will be your part 1. In the part 2, we will be discussing the cells of the nervous system, about the neurons, about the glial cells. In the part 3, we will be discussing the core neuroanatomy. Okay, then we will be discussing the neuroanatomical techniques, and then we will be going to the individual structures. Okay, the forebrain, the midbrain, the hindbrain, the subcortex, and the cortex. Okay, so you need not worry. We will be discussing this from the very basic, so you will be able to understand everything. Just that pay attention. Okay, so we will be beginning with your nervous system. So rather than the PPT, what I will do, I'll start from the notes. Okay, as we have been seeing. So for your understanding, please take the notes. Then we will just skim through the PPT and learn and revise. Fine. Okay. So our topic for the day is divisions of nervous system. So like I was telling you, let's say there is a company. Okay, this company works on multiple things. Okay, there are multiple products. Okay, they are what we say, there is a fertilizer, then there is something organic, then there is something non-organic, then there are seeds. Okay, okay, then there is the core management thing, marketing thing. Okay, so this company is working on multiple things, and the head of the company is one. But then to manage this, the head has kept certain people. One is a manager, CEO, CFO. Okay, and let's say manager manages these two things, CEO manages, looks after this, CFO looks after these two parts. So what happens is, because of the division, it makes it very easy for two to function, and it makes it more reliable. Okay, because if you know this part is not functioning well, so you know who to hold accountable. So similarly, in our brain, when we study the brain, we see that brain is controlling every organ of the body. Let's say brain is controlling the heart. It does, yeah. And we know that the heart rate is going up. So we know that, okay, the nerve which is coming from the brain to heart, which controls the heart rate, that is being disturbed. Okay, or the system of neurohormones which is coming from the brain to the heart, that is disturbed. So we know that we know whom to hold accountable. We will not run after liver, we will not run after our legs or hands to see why our heart rate is going up. We know that which circuit or which area we need to look into. Okay, understood? Let's say that the person has come to you with increased sleep, that I feel excessively sleepy. What we will do, we will be looking after two things. Which brain area makes you sleepy first, then what are the chemicals or what are the hormones that makes him sleepy. Okay, and then we will be seeing that whether they are functioning well or not. So for this minute level things, for this pinpoint mechanisms, we need to understand the basics of nervous system, what area controls what. Okay, so overall our nervous system, NS's nervous system, is divided into two parts. One is the central nervous system and the other is the peripheral nervous system. Okay, what all? Central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Fine. Central nervous system includes what all? It includes your brain and spinal cord. And spinal cord. So the structure I drew here, this structure, this is the brain and this is the spinal cord. Okay, okay, brain and spinal cord. This is what? This is the part of central nervous system. Usually when we refer to as brain, we talk about this central nervous system. Okay, so brain is part of central nervous system. Remember, brain and spinal cord. Whereas in peripheral nervous system, we see two bifurcations again. One is the somatic nervous system and other is the autonomic nervous system. The terms might seem boggling at the start, but then once when we hold everything and understand, this will become very easy for you. Okay, so peripheral nervous system, peripheral nervous system divided into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Okay, so what is the dictum, how we divide central nervous system and peripheral nervous system? So part of the brain which is located in skull and spine, part of the brain which is located in skull and spine. So brain is located in skull, spinal cord is located in the vertebral column, that is the spine. Okay, okay, so the part of the brain which is located in skull and spine is comes under central nervous system, and the part of the brain which is located outside skull and spine, the part of the brain which is located outside skull and spine, is what? Peripheral nervous system. So if someone asks you, how do you classify central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system, that is based on the location. Okay, okay, fine. Now when we talk about the somatic nervous system, it has two parts. Further, it has two bifurcations. One is that it contains afferent nerves, and other is that it contains efferent nerves, A and efferent. Okay, so what is the difference between afferent and efferent nerves? So there are two kind of nerves. So let's say, again taking the example of company, let's say this company, this has to reach to the customers. Okay, and then the customers have to reach to the company with their feedback or with their needs. Okay, and the company has to reach to the company with their products. Okay, so this is what companies are: brain, customers is the rest of body. Okay, so if the brain has to reach to the body, this will be efferent nerves. Okay, this function will be performed by efferent nerves. But if body has to reach to the brain, this will be afferent nerves. So try to understand. Let's say this is a hot pan in front of me. Okay, and I am listening to the music, not paying attention, and I touch this hot pan. Okay, I touch this hot pan. What will happen? My finger has to tell my brain that I have touched a hot thing. Please give me the signal to remove it. Okay, to remove it. Okay, brain, or what we say, the my central nervous system, because the reflexes are at the level of spinal cord. Forget. So the finger has to tell me that okay, I have to remove it. Else, if I keep it here, it will get burned. So let's say I touch it. Now this finger, what will happen here? The afferent nerve, because it is coming from the body, the afferent nerve will be traveling in this direction and going to the my spinal cord and basically going to my central nervous system, and it would be telling that I feel hot and I might burn, So my head of the company, that is brain, will ask me to remove it. So via the efferent nerve, the signal will go to the body to remove the finger, So who got the signal? Efferent nerve. Who took the signal away from the brain? Efferent nerve. So you have to understand this. That they efferent nerves carry signals from the organs to the CNS. So, like in the example, our afferent nerves caught the signal from the skin of the finger. Skin is the organ, okay? And where did it get the signal to? It got the signal to CNS. Whereas the efferent nerves, they take away the signals, from CNS to organs. So once the signal reached my brain that it is too hot and I might burn, my brain went back again and told the finger to release, to get away. Okay, that was via what? That was via the efferent nerves. Okay, this might cause a confusion. So just remember, afferent is approaching CNS, efferent is exiting CNS. Okay, just remember this much. CNS means brain and spinal cord. Basically, I am talking about the nervous system, approaching the nervous system, exiting the nervous system. Okay, approaching the nervous system, exiting the nervous system. So the nerves which will carry information towards the nervous system, that is afferent. The nerves which are carrying the information away from the nervous system, that is your efferent nerves. Okay, understood? Fine. So we have seen the somatic nervous system. Now comes the autonomic nervous system. So autonomic nervous system, you have to understand here. I'm talking about this part, autonomic nervous system, in the next page. Okay. So autonomic nervous system, this is further divided into two bifurcations. There is what? There is a sympathetic nervous system and there is a parasympathetic nervous system. Okay. So this is the brain, this is the spinal cord. The human has this spinal cord in certain vertebrae. Vertebrae are the backbone. Okay. There is cervical, which is in the neck. Then there is the thoracic vertebrae, which is at your back, at the chest level, in the back, thoracic. Then we have the lumbar, and lumbar is the lower back, and the sacral, and coccyx as well, that we don't need, so I'm not telling you. So last is sacral for you, okay, which is below the lumbar. So this is the order in which the vertebrae are there. Okay, so vertebrae are arranged like this. There will be cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and then sacral. Okay, cervical, and between this, what is passing? Like this, the spinal cord is passing. Like this, the spinal cord is passing. Okay, so cervical vertebra, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, and in this the spinal cord is passing like this. Fine, understood? So sympathetic nervous system, how do we demarcate what is sympathetic nervous system, what is parasympathetic nervous system? The nervous system which comes from this region, the thoracic and lumbar, the nervous system which starts or which originates from the thoracic and lumbar is the sympathetic nervous system, and the nervous system which comes from the brain and the sacral region, which originates from the brain and sacral regions, okay, is the parasympathetic nervous system. Understood?